Hey guys, what's going on? Uchiha Stone Tablet here with a part 2, I guess, to my Speed of the Narutoverse video. Here I'm going to really quickly talk about, well, it's not going to be quick, it's probably going to drag on, about proving how most god tiers in Naruto are around the faster-than-light speed range. And I'm going to be going over instances in the manga, and very rarely the anime, where it shows that they are in fact there via scaling and not just through hyperboles. And so there will be a little bit of math, which I won't do very often in my videos, but it's very high lowballing, I guess. I will go to the lowest possible value just to show that even when I do that, it still goes to those ranges. Anyway, so let's just start this because it's gonna be a little lengthy. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Kirin, and as you know, Sasuke, when he's fighting Itachi, his final trump card was the Kirin, which is just, he basically combined a thunderstorm into one bolt of lightning. And the speed probably wouldn't be changed, so that speed is literally a lightning speed attack, because it's a bolt of lightning. And Itachi, while near death and almost completely blind, was able to, as the bolt was coming down, activate his Susanoo to block it. So near blind Itachi has lightning speed reflexes at the very least with his Mangekyo Sharingan. Next we're going to talk about Sasuke at the 5 Kage Summit versus the 4th Raikage. The 4th Raikage, he can use Lightning Chakra to enhance his perception and reflexes and travel speed all throughout. It's pretty much the same range for all of those stats. And in his first form, near the beginning of the fight, he was trying to elbow Sasuke, and Sasuke, with his Chidori, just kind of ducked his elbow with a normal Sharingan. And A was even impressed that he could touch him, let alone dodge his attack. So Sasuke with normal Sharingan can react to a barely amped up Raikage. Then after Sasuke gets Liger bombed, he activates his Mangekyo, and the Raikage pumps it up even more. And the way we've seen it is that he has roughly 3 main levels of his amp, so this is his second version. And at this point, the Raikage can dash out of Sasuke's view entirely. When he uses Amaterasu, Sasuke loses sight of him completely, so second form Raikage is already faster than lightning because Sasuke, with near perfect eye vision, can not track Raikage, but near blind Itachi could track lightning coming at him, so he's got to be at least slightly faster than lightning, or you could say he's just lightning speed, and we'll go with that lowball then, that's fine. Next we're going to transition to Naruto. Naruto, after getting his KCM mode, wants to join the fight, and Raikage won't let him. After a couple of mini-fights, and Naruto not being able to surpass Raikage's second form, Raikage's second form is equal to Naruto's speed. Naruto, who's suppressed, might I add. Eventually Raikage says, you know what, full speed. He goes at Naruto, and Naruto dodges it point blank, casually. And because the only other person who was able to dodge it was Naruto's father, Minato, so Naruto has Minato reactions, which is clearly much faster than lightning. So Naruto in his KCM mode has faster than lightning reflexes easily, and because it still is implied that he wasn't going all out, so you have to keep that in mind. I would also like to point out real quick that Sage Naruto later was fighting the Edo Tensei 3rd Raikage, and Sage mode has better perceptions than KCM mode, but its travel speed has never been shown to be anywhere near as fast, so Sage Naruto was able to dodge a lightning attack and then intercept it with the Rasengan, so that is worth pointing out, because we don't know how fast the Sage mode is. Anyway, Raikage later is fighting Madara alongside the other 5 Kage, and Madara is also faster than Raikage's full speed. He points this out, and then later lets Tsuchikage use his Boulder Lightning Jutsu, which makes him way less and therefore speeds him up greatly. And even then, Madara, eventually, when the time comes, he beats all of their asses easy, so... Madara also has at least reactions on par to KCM Naruto, although it's pretty clear it's much higher, and I'll go into that in a second. So, Naruto unlocks Biju mode after Kurama decides, okay, you know what, we're cool now, I'll let you use my chakra whenever. At this point, Naruto unlocks Biju mode, which allows him to use even more Nine Tails chakra, and he can transform into, like, an Avatar Kurama whenever he wants, within reason, because there is a time limit for the first few times. It also is worth pointing out that his KCM mode is also slightly improved, to what degree we don't know, but Biju mode, here's where the math comes in, is at least 5 times stronger than KCM mode. Why? Because the first thing he does in a casual Biju mode is he intercepts and knocks away 5 Biju bombs at the same time, where KCM mode Naruto's never been shown to do even 1. So that's bare minimum 5. It should be a little higher because, well, he'd never done it before. If he had done 1, then it would be exactly 5. But because it's less, and he was not using his full power, it's most likely more, but we'll leave it at 5. So, Biju mode Naruto, the same one that could knock away 5 Biju bombs and is 5 times stronger and faster and more perceptive than his QB Chakra mode, Madara shows up, and he's pissed. Naruto's pissed off. You see him powering up because Madara beat the shit out of the 5 Kages. Madara is talking to Obito. He looks up because Naruto yells at him, and Naruto's above him with a mini Biju bomb in his hand, like a Rasengan. Madara, without trying, puts up his gunbai and blocks it no problem. So Madara can still react to Naruto in his Biju mode faster than Naruto can get to him. So, again, that is much faster than lightning speed. And so, let's do the math real quick. If KCM Naruto he did 5 Biju bombs that can travel across countries in a few seconds, and he was already lightning speed, 5 times faster, Biju mode Naruto should be moving at around 1.1 million miles per hour, which is below the bare minimum because we already know KCM Naruto is above lightning speed, and that was if we put him at lightning speed exactly. So way later, Obito becomes the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, and the 3 Hokages, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, show up, and they're like, shit, can we beat him? At this point, Obito is the strongest character in the verse, and he still isn't even at his full power because he doesn't know how to control it yet. In one frame, in one manga panel, he blitzed through Hashirama and Tobirama at the same time, and Naruto is just like, what? Because he hardly even saw it happen. Right next to him is KCM Minato, who says, so fast. So, while this might be the biggest jump of logic I make in the video, but because base Minato has the same perceptions as previous KCM Naruto before Kurama gave him more power, Biju mode Minato should be bare minimum 5 times faster than current Naruto. Naruto speeds up a lot later, but for now he's bare minimum 5 times because of the Biju bomb formula or whatever. So as we see, Minato can react to this because he teleports them away and all that. So 5 times 1.1 million miles per hour is 5.5 million miles per hour in terms of perceptions and later speed, because Minato does save Naruto and Sasuke from getting killed by the Gudodamas. And so Minato can also move at these speeds as well as perceive, as we see. And again, Obito's like probably less than 1%, if not around 1% of his power at this point. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know his name. So then, after Obito gains control of the 10 Tails on the inside, he does this cool pose, his eyes are closed, he opens them, and Minato is already mid-blitzing him. And when Minato comes at him with a kunai, he just kind of moves his arm to the side and blocks it completely. And it does show off some atomic damage from the Gudodama, but that's a whole other video I won't be getting into right now. This was the most casual thing I've ever seen, probably, in the series. Except for maybe Kaguya, but anyway. So let's say that Obito was he only went 3 times faster, which it could be fair, than Bijou Mode Naruto, or Minato, excuse me. So 5.5 million miles per hour times 3 is 16.5 million miles per hour, and that's already 2.4% the speed of light. We're already lowballing, we're still in sub-relativistic ranges, which seems fair for a 6-paths user. So here's Obito with full power, or full control, against Bijou Sage Mode Naruto. He learned how to combine Sage Mode with Bijou Mode, and Sasuke, who with his new EMS, for some reason is comparable to Naruto at this point, which is kind of odd to me. Bijou Sage Mode Naruto is already at least on par with Minato's when we saw them combine their power to do a attack against Jubito. And as we can see, Sage Mode is shown, at least Bijou Sage Mode, improves the longer you use it. Naruto right here is saying he's really fast, but I'm slowly sensing him better and better. And this was shown somewhere else, I believe. If there is, I'll show a scan. So Naruto's slowly improving. So at this point, Sasuke and Naruto are at least on Bijou Mode Minato level and improving throughout the fight. And Obito is still having some trouble because there's 2 opponents that are faster than before, but he's still not really having much trouble. And so because he's fighting 2, we should multiply his effort against Minato by 2. So that's 33 million miles per hour, which is just under 5% light speed. And on the very next page, Obito says, like, he's had enough of their shit, and he body slams them. So we do know from that, he still wasn't really trying that much. And then, you know, he's still messing with them. He's far faster than them at this point. Way later, Madara Uchiha is revived from an Edo Tensei to a fully living body, and as we know, Edo Tenseis are a decent amount weaker than their living counterparts. So Madara's eyes turn to dust because they were artificial, and after just stealing Hashirama's Sage Mode, Sasuke tries to blitz him. The Sasuke that just improved by fighting with Obito is running at Madara. Madara's just like backstepping and ducking all of his sword slices, no problem. He's not trying at all. Like, he doesn't have any eyes, and he had just blitzed Sage Naruto, who didn't even see anything move. And Sage Naruto, probably to a lesser degree than Bijou Sage Mode Naruto, probably does have slightly enhanced reflexes. Not Bijou Sage Mode level, but it's worth pointing out that Madara blitzed the hell out of him. And we all know Madara's trying even less because Madara lets Sasuke get a hit on him so he can ask him to join him because, as Hashirama states, he reminds him of Izuna. So Madara with no eyes can easily dodge, and later he escapes when Sasuke says no. A Sasuke who is roughly on par with Bijou Sage Mode Naruto, a little below. So he'd have to be at least double that, and that's still lowball, and so 2 times 5% LS is around, like, it was just under 5%, so like 9.9% light speed, so they're already hitting relativistic at this point, pretty much. And this is supported by the fact that Madara even stated to Naruto that if Naruto hadn't defeated Bijou Mode, or Jubi Obito for him, he would have been able to do it himself anyway. So this states that Madara was still much stronger than they thought he was at the time. So later, Madara makes a more complete Ten Tails and becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. It's more complete because Obito's Ten Tails it had a tiny piece of the Eight Tails, and had 2 tiny pieces of the Nine Tails from Kinkaku and Ginkaku. Madara's has at least around half of the Eight Tails. You could say it's still the one tentacle, but that's unlikely because we visually see a body go in there. And actually we do know because it comes out later when they defeat Kaguya, so at least half of the Eight Tails, even though it should be the whole Eight Tails, and half of Naruto's Nine Tails. And even if we ignore that Madara's base form is a lot stronger than Obito's, if we ignore that completely, it's much stronger. But if we ignore it, we should lowball that Madara's Ten Tails is at least 1.5 times stronger than Obito's, because the Tail Beast power increases by how many tails they have, and even half the Nine Tails is stronger than the Eight Tails. So, bare minimum 1.5 times Obito as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, so 33 million times 1.5 is 49.5 million miles per hour. And I did lower it a bit, but it's 7.4% light speed. Keep in mind that Madara isn't trying, and he just got his Rinnegan, so he hasn't even done anything yet, and he's already above Obito by a wide margin. And remember, getting your eye, even though he doesn't have both sets, getting one of his real eyes did put him well above everybody else, even before he became the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, so keep that in mind. So later, Might Guy opens the 8th gate, because that's the only thing that can even combat Madara. In the first panel, he jumps up in the Night Guy, or the Evening Elephant, pose, and Madara he's shocked. Guy popped up in front of him at a speed that Madara was not expecting. And I'm not going to explain what the 8 inner gates are, because y'all should know this by now. So, again, bare minimum, we'll do 1.5 times, because he was able to block the attack, but he was still surprised by it, so 49.5 million times 1.5 is 74.25 million, and that's 11% the speed of light, slightly above. For those of you who don't know, the Evening Elephant is like a punch that shoots air pressure like an air cannon. However, it's stated that because there are 5 strikes, the speed increases from 1 to 5 times. So the first attack is the number we already know, which is 74.25 million miles per hour. And then the 5th one would be 5 times that. So the first blow is 74.250000. I don't know why I did that. The second one is 148.5. Third one is 222.75. The fourth one is 297 million. And the 5th one is 371.250000. And at that point, if you can do basic multiplication from above, we're already slightly above 55% the speed of light. We're over halfway there, and Might Guy still hasn't done his fastest attack, the Night Guy. So he does the Night Guy, which is basically just a kick that is so fast that it could bend space itself. And some people like to say that it's his energy that bends the space, which is not true, because the last few gates, the 7th and 8th, are explicitly stated to not really emit energy. The 7th gate, the aura, is actually just his sweat, and the 8th gate, the red vapor, is his blood evaporating from his body. Also, it's worth pointing out that as Might Guy is dashing towards him, Madara's holding a Gudoldama in the shape of a rod, and when Guy gets somewhat close to him, it bends towards Guy, which signifies an increase in Guy's body mass, which is only possible with 90% the speed of light or higher. And keeping in mind that the past few numbers are lowball, so if I did it more accurately, the jumps wouldn't seem as big as an extra 40 or 35% increase. Keeping in mind that Guy sits there, and while Guy is dashing towards Madara, Madara has time to point out and be surprised by the spatial distortions and complement Guy's speed all before he hits him. So Madara really could have dodged if he wanted to, maybe or maybe not, but he can at least perceive these things and move around a little bit in that time. So without doing any math here, we know that Guy is bare minimum 90% the speed of light. Then we get to the good stuff. This is Sage Art Light Fang. Naruto unlocks the 6-path Sage mode. It's worth pointing out that even before he transforms, he blitzes a weakened Madara who was just injured. Madara was mostly healed, but still not completely, and that was probably at least part of the reason, even though most of it was because Naruto's power was quickly increasing. So Naruto transforms, I'm not doing well today. Naruto transforms after Madara absorbed the God Tree, fully healed, and got even stronger. And then Sasuke shows up. So Naruto, in midair, Madara shoots an attack called Sage Art Storm Release Light Fang, which is stated in the data books to just be a beam of light. It's light itself that can cut through anything and is used to bisect or whatever. So, in the anime, you see here, it's about to hit Naruto. I mean, you've probably already seen this if you've ever been on a debate forum ever with Naruto in it. It's already just about to touch his rod and he hasn't moved yet. And then by the time it cuts through, he's already ducking it completely. And then Madara, realizing that Naruto dodged his beam of light, starts to swing it downwards to try to catch Naruto, and all this does is validate the fact that Madara also has at least light speed reactions, but it's clearly faster. And people will discredit this, saying, oh, that's just the anime. In the manga, Madara only used it as a sword to cut him, not to shoot him through the face or whatever. That's a hyperbole, and Naruto's not faster than the speed of light, and no Naruto characters are. So I just went over how the scaling works, so even if you believe that's still hyperbole, okay, but let's look at the manga. People will say that the manga is different, let's look at it. So here's the panel before Madara shoots the beam of light, and I edited it with an arrow so you can clearly see what's going on. This is where Madara is facing in this panel. In the next panel, you already see Madara had swung it, but here I edited this as well. The red arrow represents where he was facing. The blue arrow represents where he would have been facing if he only used it as a sword. The purple indicates where he would have swung it before he hit Naruto. The orange represents where he swings it after it was in Naruto's range, and the yellow is where it ends up in this very panel. So people try to say that Madara only swung his head and Naruto just dodged Madara's next swing, which is nowhere near light speed. Okay, but do you actually believe that Madara, with 100 years of combat experience, would have a jutsu that he knows very well is the speed of light, turn his neck to the left to telegraph that he's going to do something, shoot out a beam of light so Naruto can see it, and then swing his head? Do you really think that Madara was going to do that? Especially because Naruto blitzed him before transforming earlier. Okay, I didn't think so. Later on, during the fight with Kaguya, Naruto has clearly improved in this form. He can dodge any of Kaguya's attacks that go through those little wormhole portals. And the act of them going through the portals is instant, although her moving is not, but still, via scaling, should be faster than light, and she's clearly on a whole nother level from Madara. Like, Sasuke is surprised that someone with her power could exist. So, and the last thing I want to show is that in the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke, here's Naruto. Sasuke teleports behind him with his Rinnegan, Amenote Chikara, if you're a weeb. Naruto, as soon as Sasuke pops up behind him, the nanosecond, because they are traveling at faster than light speeds, he recognizes this, he makes a face. He turns around, and then by the time he can take one step to kind of turn around, like a 45-degree angle, Sasuke does a 360 and smacks him on the back and sends him off the statues before Naruto could turn 90 degrees. People like to say that, oh, it's because Naruto was holding the fireball. He didn't have enough time to react. Well, two things wrong with that. One, in this part of the scene, you can clearly see by the time he starts turning around, he's not holding the fireball anymore. He already handled it. Although it's worth pointing out that you still see the light emitting from the fireball that used to be there, which means that they are indeed traveling faster than light. He also could have, had one of his Gudodamas block Sasuke's Chidori. He can also make a chakra arm come out of his back and block Sasuke. He could have done many things, but the fact that he couldn't even think about what to do before Sasuke could do a 360 Chidori shows that Sasuke himself is also much faster than light. And I'm not going to do math because at this point, all the god tiers are faster than light, because they're still not stronger than Kaguya yet. It's debatable whether they are now, but I think this has made my point clear. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a long one. And this is my first non-scripted video, you could probably tell. Make sure if you enjoyed the video to leave a like and tell any other of your weeb friends that I got your backs if you like Naruto. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I probably will do a similar video to DBZ, and I might trigger some people, so if you're gonna get triggered, then you don't need to watch. Anyways, guys, bye.